Jim Rohn once said, "You can't change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of." You see, it's not the storm itself that defines us. It's how we choose to face it, how we choose to weather it. That, my friends, is where true growth lies. In life, we don't always get to choose our storms. They come uninvited. They come without warning. Maybe it's a job loss, maybe it's a failed relationship, maybe it's a health setback. And when these moments strike, the easy path is to give in, to say, why me? Why now? But here's the thing. The storms we face can be our greatest teachers, our best opportunities for growth, if and only if we choose to face them with courage and integrity. Les Brown tells us, when life knocks you down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Now, isn't that powerful? Landing on your back means you're down, yes, but it also means you're looking up. And if you're looking up, then there's a way forward. So if you find yourself in a storm right now, if you're facing challenges that feel insurmountable, remember, this isn't the end. It's just one chapter in your life. And it's how you weather it, how you stand up in the face of adversity, that will define the outcome. Weathering your storm righteously means standing strong when the winds blow hardest. It means choosing hope over despair, strength over weakness, and faith over fear. And let me tell you, that's not easy. It takes grit. It takes a deep inner strength to face a challenge head on and decide, this will not break me. Imagine this moment as a test, an opportunity to build the kind of character that lasts. When you look back, ask yourself, who do I want to be when this storm passes? Because it will pass. Every storm eventually runs out of rain. Every struggle eventually fades. And when it does, you want to look back knowing you handled it with strength, with integrity, with grace. Let's take this a step further. How do you turn the pain of your storm into purpose? How do you allow it to shape you into someone better, someone stronger? Start by asking yourself, what can I learn from this? Every storm holds a lesson, but it's up to us to uncover it. Sometimes it's resilience, sometimes it's patience, sometimes it's learning to let go. Les Brown once said, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." Sometimes storms come to shake us awake, to remind us that there's more to life than our current situation. Maybe it's time to set a new goal, to pivot, to chase something that truly fulfills you. Use the storm as a catalyst for growth. Let it push you to become more, to do more, to achieve more. When you're in the thick of a storm, it's easy to feel lost, to feel like there's no way out. But remember, each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. There's no need to have everything figured out. Just take the next right step. Keep moving forward. Keep showing up, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Each moment of perseverance builds strength, builds resilience. As Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. To come out stronger, you need discipline. Discipline to hold your head high. Discipline to keep pushing forward, even when everything in you wants to quit. Discipline to choose faith over fear every single day. One day you will look back at this storm and it will just be a memory, one that made you wiser, one that made you tougher. You'll realize that it wasn't the storm itself that changed you. It was the strength you discovered within yourself to face it. This storm, whatever it may be, face it. Face it with everything you have. And when it's over, you'll stand taller, more confident, and ready for whatever comes next. So I challenge you today, when the storms come, don't shrink back. Don't let them define you. Instead, let them be the fire that fuels you, the force that shapes you. Weather your storm righteously. Stand firm, stand strong, and know that on the other side, there's a brighter, stronger version of yourself waiting to emerge. Thank you. Jacey TV, people meeting, people making memories. Welcome back to the lunch table. My name is Jacey David. I call it the lunch table because, well, I've been working on the lunch table on and off for about 18 years. I'm sorry, since 2018. And I call it the lunch table because when I was in school, it was the only time I felt I could be myself. I can be most candid around my friends was during lunch at the lunch table. So in this day and age of podcasting, you come up with names. So I call this the lunch table. To help support the show, for one, subscribe to the channel. But to help support the show, you can purchase some of our merch. We got some new merch that I just dropped at jaceytv.com. But right now, we've got the hoodie, the lunch table podcast hoodie, the lunch table podcast shirt, green hoodie, pimp, pain is my passport. I'm turning that word on its head. Pain is my passport. The only way you get to the other side is through some type of pain. So, excuse me. You can also get that shirt in multiple colors at jactv.com. Season 3, we've been going live since August 19th, my birthday. Since I'm no longer in the studio at the moment, I return to the studio to the main studio in about 2 weeks. But we've been going live, and I'm going to go live every Monday for 52 weeks, all the way until next August 19th, even when I get back into the studio. But just moving forward, just on the show, but personally, professionally, I am working on my empathy and my communication. I believe we all need to work on our communication, but for sure working on my empathy. And I've noticed while working on my empathy, I've let a lot of stress go by working on caring more about what the other person is saying or doing. It somehow it releases attention and anxiety on my behalf. I've noticed that. So just working on empathy and communication moving forward, because on this show, especially if you've seen some past episodes, we say some things that you're not going to agree with, but there's a way to tackle it. There's a way to talk about it, and I want to improve upon that moving forward. Just don't want to talk about it, want to be about it. So just moving forward with the lunch table. We just want to work on our empathy and work on our communication. You know, they say be the change you want in the world. So these are behaviors we want to elicit. What else do we have? Yeah, there are a couple things I want to talk about. Well, my life has changed this past week. I talked about it a little bit last week, but I no longer have to go into my day gig. I am now remote, which changes a lot of things because, you know, outside of my day gig, I do Jacey TV, lunch table, film, do remote. So I work outside of the day gig, but me a physical place anymore. Me being able to do my side gig work here in my home. Oh my gosh, it saves me so much time. It saves me so much money and time. So I can actually, during the day, I could juggle both, you know? And my work hours are whenever the hell I want them to be, you know, because I sleep crazy. I have a pretty wild, just living schedule. I sleep for about 3 to 4 hours at a time. So at any point in time, let's say I pass out at 9, I will wake up at 10, 11, 12. I will wake up at 12. I will wake up at 1. And then I'll be up for let's say from 1, let's say I'll be up until
maybe like 7 p.m. And then I pass out for about 3, 4, and then I'm up at 11. And then like sometimes I gotta really stay up for like another 24 hours to get back right. But for the most part, I'm up and then I sleep for 3 to 4 hours. I'm up and then I sleep 3 to 4 hours. I'm up and then I sleep 3 to 4 hours. So with that schedule, with me not having to be anywhere, I'm constantly in a workflow. So like when I'm up, I'm working. I'm working. I may take an hour off. I may take an hour and a half off, but after that, it's back to it. It's so much to do, and it's fun. But I constantly keep a workflow, so that's really huge. With that's an advantage that I take from by being remote. But the other thing about being remote, because like you really don't have to move a lot, I've gained a lot of weight. Well, I gained a lot of weight this past month because I've been inactive. But when you are remote, you have to get up. You have to make yourself get up and exercise and walk, move about. I noticed because like when I was not remote, I was constantly moving. Just even getting to the job was work. And then during the day, just all of the many steps that you take, and then coming back from the job, just it was work. You were burning calories, but being remote, you don't burn any calories. You just do your work. You sit. You go to the fridge, eat. It becomes a bad habit. So I've learned as being remote, you must become more disciplined. So I can't just snack all day. If I snack all day, I'm gonna gain 10, 15 pounds. I'm gonna get overweight. It's gonna get bad. So I gave myself a schedule. I do not eat. Um, I I cannot eat anything solid until noon. In the morning times, I can have a shake. I can have some water. I can have anything non-solid. But then at noon, then I can have something solid, and then I eat from 12 to, I'm gonna call it 9. I just started this today, real talk, because I saw myself getting bad. So I can't eat anything until noon, anything solid till noon, and then from noon to 9 I can eat, and then after 9, which is around this time, water, yogurt, nothing solid, because I got to lose some weight. I gained like a 10, 15 pounds last month just being inactive and eating horribly, and I can feel it on me, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I don't know why I got on that tangent. But let's talk about a few things before we get into the main course. I love quotes. Jim Rohn and Les Brown, who I was quoting at the beginning, at the top of this, they tickle my fancy. They tickle my fancy. They are huge readers. Were huge readers, and through reading comes understanding and faith and belief. So we're going to start off with this one. Little that you know that the seeds of your own disaster are already been sown by the weakness of your own philosophy. Little that you know the seeds of your own disaster are already been sown by the weakness of your own philosophy. Let me backtrack. Yes, I was talking about merch. Lead Star, LEADSTAR. Becoming Lead Star is the ebook that I wrote. I'm all about communication. I'm all about communication. I'm all about communication. Whether you like me or not, or whether you like what I have to say or not, it is so important that it is said, that we all understand where we're coming from, whether you want to hear it or not. And I truly believe by employing the skills in Becoming Lead Star, the 8 guidelines for effective communication, you will improve communication amongst all of your relationships in your life. And you can get that right now at jaceytv.com, jaceytv.com. I'm sorry, but back to the quotes. Little that you know, the seeds of your own disaster are already been sown by the weakness of your own philosophy. Little that you know, the seeds of your own disaster are already been sown by the weakness of your own philosophy. Little that you know, the seeds of your own disaster have already been sown by the weakness of your own philosophy. That's a Jim Rohn quote. What I take from that is the seeds of your disaster are already foregone because your strategy and your thinking up top, is not organized, is not grounded in authenticity and positivity and belief. So what you want to achieve is already far gone because your mind isn't right to begin with. Your actions aren't right. You're not righteous. You're not living right. So what you're sowing in up front is going to inevitably cause your disaster in the future. That's what I got from that quote. Little that you know, the seeds of your own disaster are already been sown by the weakness of your own philosophy. Not having a plan, not having a strategy, not understanding birds of a feather flock together. That's just one principle. Not understanding more skills means I am more valuable. Not understanding, understanding that I need to read constantly because that's how I learn. And through learning, I build more skills. With more skills, I become more valuable. And with more valuable, I can make more money. And with more money, I could do more for people around me and myself. More skills. So just up front, like, what did you do today? What did you do today for your career? What is your goals? What are your goals? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? Do you write down your goals? These are all philosophies that at the beginning up front, if you don't have organized or if you aren't employing or even thinking about them, then you already sown the seeds of your own disaster because you're not framed up to begin with. Because success is, what did he say? Success is something that you attract by the person that you become. Success is something that you attract by the person that you become, which kind of which kind of goes along with having a solid philosophy to begin with, because that will set you up for that journey. Because it's a long, treacherous journey, and without a philosophy and strategy and awareness and plans, it's impossible to achieve what you want to achieve. So that's what I get from that. I'm gonna read it one more time. Little that you know, the seeds of your own disaster are already been sown by the weakness of your own philosophy. I love that one. I love that. Another one. I'm gonna do two more, and then we're gonna get back, and then we're gonna get to the main two topics, and then we're gonna get out of here. Reflection turns experience into insight. Reflection turns experience into insight. I like doing it 3 times. Reflection turns experience into insight. Reflection, looking back, turns experience, things that I've gone through, into insight, understanding moving forward. Yeah, so I just believe if evaluating one's past experiences and evaluating, what does it mean to evaluate? This is what I believe it means to evaluate. You ask yourself 3 questions. What worked? What didn't work? How can I do it better? What worked? What didn't work? How can I do it better moving forward? So evaluate yourself. Um, that is the reflection. And then you are evaluating your experiences. You're evaluating what transpired, why it transpired, what was the outcome? Because hindsight is 2020. So reflection, evaluation on the experience, what happened, comb through it, the ins, the outs, what happened in that situation, why did it happen? What did I do? What could I have done? What will I do better? Again, evaluating. Now, again, if you do step 1 and step 2, then it turns everything that you do moving forward into insight. Because as you know in life, things come back. Things occur again and again and again. So if we can reflect on our past experiences when they come back again, we'll be more equipped to I can't think of the word. More equipped to handle them. Yes. Reflection turns experience into insight. Last one. Life doesn't waste good fortune on the unprepared. Life doesn't waste good fortune on the unprepared. I love that quote. The older you get, the smaller the window of opportunity becomes. When you're younger, the window of opportunity is huge, and we waste a lot of it. But the older you get, the window of opportunity, it closes. So being prepared is everything, especially when you are aware of that fact that the window of opportunity, it closes, and it gets smaller and it gets smaller. So if you are not prepared for that opportunity, because it happens to all of us, to the ones who are prepared, to the ones who are unprepared, the window close. It just does. So the ones who are unprepared, they are for sure going to miss that window. They're going to turn and whoop, it's going to pass them right by. But for the ones who are prepared, they are looking for it. That's what prepared means. Prepared means I am, excuse me, I am looking for it. I know it's going to come. I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know if it's going to come. But if it does come, I'm going to be ready for it. That is prepared. I am looking for it. So I don't care if the window is this big, I'm looking for it. I don't care if the window is this big, I'm looking for it. I don't care if the window is this big, I'm looking for it. I'm going to get in that window because I am looking for it. So life does not waste opportunity on the unprepared. So in other words, life does not waste opportunity on people that aren't looking for it. That's what being prepared is. That means I am looking for it. A football player. I played ball, so I use a lot of sports analogies. Well, I played ball. I lift weights. I go to camp. I get my throws in with my receivers. I practice that because I am preparing for the game. I'm waiting for the game. I'm looking out for the game. I know it's coming. So that's what's being prepared is. It's looking for it. And the way that you're looking for it is through your behavior and your actions. Whether the 2 topics I'm going to talk about, well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to talk about this one here because I didn't went through the 3 quotes. I was going to talk about whether your storm righteously. You know what? I got to speak on that. I spoke on it a little bit last week, but it's so important. It's so important. If you catch this bit, it's so important. How you weather your storm. What is a storm? Is when life. There are ups and downs in life. when you are experiencing the downs in life, whatever that may be. It very well may be karma. It very well may be a test. Either way, how we weather it determines what comes out of that storm. I'm a firm believer in that. Again, it can be karma or it can be just a test, because life is going to give us tests. We can't go through this life thinking like we're not going to experience any trials or tribulations. We've got to stop that. We really got to stop that. All right. So it could be a test. It could be karma. Who knows what it is? But whatever it is, we must weather it righteously. What does it mean to weather it righteously? I mean to continue to have faith and belief that, okay, this is happening to me, but it's not going to detour me from my goal. It's not going to stop me from progressing. It's not going to stop me from moving forward. This will not hinder me. Yes, I will feel frustrated and upset and a little bit out of place and a little bit flustered. I will feel that, but it's not going to completely make me crash out. Again, just being aware of these things as you are going through them, before you go through them, but being aware of these things, knowing, okay, I'm feeling this pain, but this pain is not going to last forever. I'm not going to project my pain to other individuals, to other people, because I'm feeling a certain way. Again, this is weathering the storm righteously. So key, because how we weather the storm, how we behave, and not just with our words, but with how we think. It determines the outcome of what we get at the end of that storm. A lot of times, because like I had, and I'm still working on, I had anger issues in the sense of I would blow up, I would blow up. I wouldn't think. I wouldn't take that second to be calm. And then the times I blew up, those seconds I did not take to be calm. Oh my goodness, it really affected the outcome. So I had to go through many storms. I had to go through many trials and tribulations to become aware of, oh, this is happening to me. This continuous thing is happening to me. And it's not them, it's me. I have to change. So just weathering your storm righteously is, for one, is being aware that it is happening. Is being aware that it will happen, it will come, but I can't allow it to overcome. I cannot project my storm onto other people. I can't, because other individuals, they don't deserve to suffer me. They do not deserve to suffer me. So just weathering your storm righteously, it's all about how you deal with the negativity when it comes. So yes, I made a whole speech on that I'm going to upload soon. Last but not least, I want to talk about, I'm very excited about moving forward with the Jacey TV, which direction. I've always worked with kids. That's always been my side gig. And for the longest, I've been trying to separate the two. I've let people know that, I taught and that I work with youth, but I never really tried to combine the two. It doesn't make any sense of why I didn't do it. But I just started Jacey TV LLC legitimately about a month ago. And moving forward, I'm looking to partner with other like-minded individuals who want to combine entertainment and education to empower youth, and Youth Pathways Project, a local nonprofit in Austin, Texas, they align with exactly that um, that program and that mission to combine education, entertainment. I'm sorry, to combine entertainment, education to empower youth through podcasting and video production and other leadership initiatives. I've been doing it almost like my entire adult life. And what really, what really triggered me actually to move in this direction was what happened last week when I moved out. I moved from teaching. Um, the situation is there's, I don't want to call it a philosophy. It's, if you don't teach kids how to read and how to write, and if they don't practice those skills, then you're setting them up for failure. And I was tired of standing on the sideline and looking at um, my kids, not my kids, but a group of people, a community, um, not being served adequately, you know, instead of me just sitting back and being a consumer, not doing anything. I began to change my thinking and and to transition into a producer. And if you are a producer, other than producing shows and whatnot, you are creating for others, and that's like one of my main things that I enjoy doing. I love to create for others, and for the longest, I've been creating for entertainers. But moving forward, my attention and my direction will um, transition into the youth and community. Use my skills in that direction, because people talk about why society is how it is with the millennials or whatever names that they give people. Um, it all starts for sure in the home, but if they can't get it in the home, then they need to get it in school or in the community. They need to have initiatives, and when I say they, I mean children and youth. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be part of that now. I want to be right in the heart of assisting the youth in my community wherever I am, because I have the skills to do it. I've been throwing events for over 10 years. I've been working with youth as a teacher, a camp counselor, therapist, 101 for like the past 20 years. So I'm just going to combine all the skills and all of the things that I know to create something special, a movement that anyone who is into helping out the youth and entertainment and education and empowering young folk, that you can jump aboard and take part of it, then it's a go. I'm all about people meeting, people making memories, and if you've been watching me for a while, that's my slogan: people meeting, people making memories. Now with this new direction and also this new the new knowledge that I am acquiring, I will be able to do that on a larger scale, not just at night for comedians or in the evenings for hip hop artists or midday for musicians. No, 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 for everybody, because with what I know and with um what and with who I know we can bring everybody together and everybody could win. People meeting, people making memories. Jacey TV LLC just partnered with our first nonprofit Youth Pathways Project, and we'll keep you posted on what we got coming up with events and just this new area that I'm in. It's new, but it's going to help propel myself and everybody that I am working with. But we will keep you up to date with the new partnerships and just everything that's going on with Jacey TV. But again, this is the Lunch Table Podcast, people meeting people, making memories. To help support the show, for one, subscribe. And then we have merch that you can get at jaceytv.com. That's JACEYTV.com. You can also get my new ebook, Become a Lead Star, the 8 Guidelines for Effective Communication. You can get that on the website, jaceytv.com. And I truly believe by employing those skills, it would improve all aspects of your, all relationships in your life. What else do we have? Oh, yes, there's you could donate to the nonprofit on the site as well. Youth Pathways Project, empowering youth, combining education, combining entertainment, education to empower the youth. I'm all about it, and I'm very excited to work on that for 2025. What else do we have? I think that's it. Oh, no. Shout out Charlie Mack. Me and Charlie Mack and I are back working together, producing shows. We have our first comedy show at the new joint. Not our first one together. We've been doing shows on and off. But our first new show at, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forget the name. Down South Cajun Eats, 15424 Farm to Market 1825 Suite 280. Fantastic seafood, fantastic location, actually. It's a nice plush place, much nicer than what I thought. High ceilings, spacious. Check it out. Oh, great beverages as well. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory comedy show. We have 3 lined up, one on the 4th, one on the 20th, and one on the 6th, I believe, of December. We're going to see how those go, and I believe they're going to go very well. We've got like 70 RSVPs already for the first show, not including the people who are just going to show up. So I think it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great collaboration with Charlie Mack quality, Cajun Eats quality, and Jacey TV quality being the glue. I'm very excited about that. So that's what's coming up. I have a few other things in the iron. I mean, a few more irons in the fire that I won't speak of until they come to fruition. But that's the first thing that's happening right now, which is the comedy show. You can get you can RSVP at Eventbrite. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory comedy show. Shout out Charlie Mack as well. I believe he's lost 100 pounds since April, like 100. He looks like a whole new man. And my thing is, if you can change your body, you can change your life. And he most definitely is changing his life. So shout out funny Charlie Mack. Also a shout out Dominique Simone, Domilicious Soul Food, Damo in the City. She's very consistent, hard worker, and I salute her consistency and her quality work. And I see us continuing to work together moving forward. Rick the Ruler, Maya, Bales, Poppy Cannon, Audrey. Appreciate all you individuals who've been on the show, showing up consistently, and hopefully you can come back when we return back to the studio. But meeting people, making memories. I'm not a talker. Jacey TV, the Lunch Table Podcast, ATX. Subscribe, support. We out.